Hey everyone, Brian from Bearable Traders here. It is Sunday, December 20th. And of course, I don't probably need to remind you, 5 days before Christmas. So we're coming up on a short week here. We'll be doing 3.5 days roughly of trading this week. And of course, big news tonight is there is this stimulus deal that got done, and the, seems like there's an agreement. I believe it's 900,000 billion. What am I talking about? 900 billion. And not a moment too soon. So you can see here we've got a bit of a muted open right now. Just looking at the pre-market, this has been sort of bouncing around. Dow's been bouncing around between green and red. We're pretty much flat on the SPY, S&P, down a little on Russell. So you have to think that this, of course, was pretty much baked in terms of everyone was expecting this stimulus deal at some point. And like I said, not a moment too soon, just before things started to run out. But let's look at some of the other things that are going on here. We've got oil down quite a bit, actually, almost 1.5%. Nat gas slipping a bit. Gold and silver looking good after Friday, a bit of a sell-off on Friday. And what else have we got? VIX is down a little bit, and yields, for the most part, on the longer end, down a little bit right now. So, yeah, so that's what things are looking at, and I expect, unless something changes significantly, we're probably going to end up with a flat open. So let's take a look at the week that was and try and look ahead and see what we can see coming down the pipe here for the short trading week that we've got. There probably isn't going to be a lot of crazy price action. Of course, there'll be lots of opportunities to trade things intraday, but I don't think we're going to sell off a huge amount, and I don't think we're going to pop a huge amount. But let's take a look at where we are here. You can see transport's really sold off. Now we've come back and recaptured, by the looks of it, we're recaptured the 20 moving average. And Friday, we just hung in there on the day. A little bit of volume to the downside there. Stochastics bouncing back up. On a week over week basis, again, some topping action here on the transports, and 50 starting to cross over the 200 again. Stochastics maybe rolling over a little bit. We might be getting into a period where we're just going to consolidate. I really don't see us selling off into the end of the year, but probably just maybe we're going to struggle to make new highs here. The daily on the Dow, again, we were down a bit on Friday. Still holding the 20 moving average, so trend is still to the upside. And on a week, we were just down. No, actually, we were up a little bit on the week, 0.5% or less. But again, just really the range of trading here is really starting to reduce. So much less price action week over week as we get into the end of the year here. Qs again down on Friday, well off the lows of the day. And you can see here on the week, we still breaking to a new high, although we were off the high of the week, but still up on the week 2.7%. So the Qs technology still seems to be leading the way here. The spiders, again, same thing, sell off on Friday, and again, appears to be making at or near an all-time high, and again up at a 1.2% on the week. So on volume, and things are still in an uptrend on a weekly basis. And again, same thing on a daily for the small caps. But you can see here the small caps have really been doing well. This is obviously where money goes when people see a recovery in sight, because the small caps tend to do best. But you can see here we just have broken out over the last since end of October, just breaking to new highs. We are getting a little bit overbought here. Stochastics quite high, RSI very high, MACD getting quite extended here. So again, probably look for maybe some consolidation on the small caps. This is the TLT, which is the price of bonds. And of course, as I've mentioned before, as yields go up, the price of bonds drop. So you can see here on the daily, we dropped on the day says yields started to inch up higher, and here's a shot of the yields, and you can see here we're still in a very well-established uptrend. We seem to this almost 1% level is a psychological level. Obviously, if we can break through that, then again, this is the higher these go, the better for the banks. But at some point, it's going to get a little bit. They're going to put a scare into the market but I think we've got a long ways to go before yields get up to that high, a level that we're probably even more concerned, probably closer to 2%. Anyways, again, still looking strong, although it's off a little in the pre-market session right now. But you can see here RSI going up, trending up. MACD is about to cross again. Stochastics heading higher. So yields still in a upward trending line at this point, and we'll be looking maybe for a breakout from this this prior high here in the coming week. Again, bodes well for the financials, and you can see here again this obviously in a uptrend, and here's your ascending wedge here on this, and again making a series of higher lows. Each pullback is higher, so again I think we're going to move back up, and this is again I think this is the range here where things start to get a little dicey for the markets. They would probably start to get worried if interest rate got up that high, but that's a long way from where we are right now. And you can see on the weekly, again, stochastics strong, RSI heading up. So again, the yields favored to the long side. Let's take a quick look at some of the sectors. I'd like to do that just to see where money's coming in and out of. And you can see here, technology really broke out here over the last week. Again, new highs, technology leading the way. Industrials just kind of chugging along. Same with materials, although I will say with materials, this looks on the verge of breaking out. And I think as we get into the new year, I think materials are going to perform very well in the new year. We're going to see gold, I think, take off. A lot of the agriculture commodities are starting to show signs of strength, corn, wheat. And I think that we're going to see some inflation creep in the new year. One commodity that doesn't seem to be doing well, and we're down here in the pre-market, obviously, is oil. And you can see here, it looks like we've kind of put in a bit of a head and shoulders here. So here's your left shoulder, here's your head, here's your right shoulder, and obviously this 50 moving average, which looks like it's about to fail. So energy not looking very good, which is kind of counterintuitive if you believe that the recovery trade with the small caps is being confirmed with that move up. So, but this is heading down. So maybe there's a little bit of a, the green energy trades, JKS, TAN, the ETF for solar have all been snapping back here. And I guess with the Democrats looking like they're going to take office, and of course green energy is going to be in the forefront as we go in the new year. Financials again churning sideways, but I've mentioned if we get yields going higher, this will certainly bode well for financials, not so much for the utilities and real estate. So maybe traditional energy sector is off because of the quote Green Deal that may be coming down the pipe here. So let's take a quick look at things I've got on watch here. I'm keeping an eye on the CBAT. It looks like we're kind of flattening out here, maybe holding this 50 moving average, and I'll be watching for a break higher here, and maybe we'll take a long. It looks like it's come back. It's this wick here tried to fill this gap, and now maybe we're flattening out and trending higher. You can see here volume starting to pick up a little bit on it, and stochastics starting to turn up, RSI starting to turn up. I think this one looks interesting for a long. CLSK has been another sort of green energy play here. This has been doing quite well, and I think it probably still goes higher, although it is over overbought on the RSI, and it is pretty extended from these moving averages. So maybe a bit of a pullback here under 18 would be a good entry back where we broke out from here. You can see we broke out, checked back, and now it looks like we're going to head higher here. Dropbox been on the news recently. Obviously, it's been in the news for a buyout and could be interesting. It looks like it's trying to hold this 23 level, and if we get a pullback there, probably be a good buy. Otherwise, it is pretty extended already on that takeover news, buyout news. Fubo is another one that picked up. There's a lot of people talking about it. It seems to be really breaking out here. Again, huge volume days, Thursday, Friday. Stochastics really taking off here. RSI really overbought here. So, I mean, again, you need to hopefully get this on a bit of a pullback. Could be an interesting trade for a continuation higher. Gold, we had a nice breakout last week. A bit of a pullback here on Friday. And yeah, I believe that we're strong in the pre-market. I think we're up $15 or $16 in the pre-market. I think GDX goes higher, and again, I'm really liking this into the new year for a move back to at least into the 40, 41 level as we get into January, February. And Jemiah, again, this is another interesting one. Looks like it's breaking out. Stochastics very strong, or RSI very strong, series of lower highs. You can see all the moving averages trending nicely. It's getting a little bit overbought here, but again, I think it could continue to trend higher. NNMD, this is another one that's looking very nice. Again, just keeps going higher, ABCD patterns, and we're right here holding this 20 moving average. And as long as we can hold there, I think we're probably going to move higher. The only thing that's concerning is stochastics are below 50, and typically what happens when stochastics drop below there, rallies tend to fade. So I'd be looking for this one to come back maybe into the $7 range, sort of $7 or under $7, sort of $6.50 level might be a good entry on this one. OLMA, I was been watching this one for a while. Seems to have broken trend here and maybe heading higher. See, here's your trend line, and looks like we have started to break out. Again, the volume, good volume last on Friday, so I'll be watching for this one to move higher. PLTR, keeping an eye on this one. This is a bit of a pennant that is forming. You can see as it keeps moving, lower highs and higher lows. So I think it is forming a pennant. We've gotten into a very narrow trading range, holding the 20, and we're going to break one way or the other. Stochastics right around 50, so it's hard to say which direction. RSI is trending lower, so may head lower. Silver, sort of same comments as gold. Silver's done really well over the last couple days, and I would be playing silver as well. TRIL, here's a nice looking chart. Again, bit of a sell-off, rounding bottom, and again, this gives you a good level to trade against. Sort of a 12 level. If we close below there, it'd be a stop out. But RSI higher low, trending up. Stochastics really oversold and now trending up higher as well. TTFC, I missed this one. TTCF, I should say. Mentioned this one on Wednesday and unfortunately got away from me before I got a chance to get an entry on it, and gapped up on Friday, and huge volume day. So I wish I had taken that one, but now it's a little extended. No good, not a good risk to reward. Here was the risk here, a failure from below this moving average, but again, really would have been a good trade if I'd have taken it. So that's it. You can't catch them all, unfortunately, but that's the way it goes when you're trading. So this is my book on Amazon, How to Swing Trade, if you haven't checked it out already. And of course, we will be trading the market tomorrow morning, Monday morning. Pre-market show starts at 8:30 live on YouTube with Carlos and Norm, our usual pre-market show hosts that will be taking you through some of the movers and shakers that are starting out the week. And then we'll be trading the market open at 9:30 if you're going to join us. So hopefully we'll see you all there. Have a good rest of the evening, everybody. And yeah, take care. We'll talk to you hopefully tomorrow. Bye for now.